Tater Tutor. Third's Neo-Humanity. Okay. Alright, here we go. Okay. We're starting it up, guys. We got our first friendo match here. This is with chat. This is Finnesse and this is a Max in chat. Just for shits right now. Why? Because I fucking feel like it. Holy shit, I'm drinking out of a Team Legion mug. That's fucking hilarious. Alright guys, let's get this fixed up. Usually I do this beforehand, but whatever. Anyway, spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern in the blue. Give it up for Sodic. Our Terran... Well, our Terran player. Yeah, it's Finnesse. And he is in the bottom left, representing Tano. In the red, gave it up for Kalfiner, who's sdzamax in chat. Let's see what these gamers got for us. Do we got anything cheeky coming up, either one of them? Here's the looking at our diamond players. So Finnesse actually got to Masters 1. He is on Kirktown. I don't know if he's going to join Berserker Esports, but he's a bud. He do be a homie. And sdzamax I met on ladder. This Kolfiner. He's a nice kid. Anyway, this is just a little bit of some fun stuff. Alright, so far everything's looking pretty standard. It's a 16 hatch opener. Nothing really going on here, but guys, do me a favor. Let's use some Matcherino codes tonight. If we got them for KSL, exclamation mark KSL. I probably need to update the Matcherino command. But please and thank you, use those codes, exclamation mark KSL. It has the bracket as well. I should put the Liquipedia in there too, because shout out to all the Liquipedia folks. From Cynical Death to Thorn to Pori Forion, my boy. Even though he's a fucking filthy mech player, I still love him. Yeah, he's an old G, bud. And the rest of them. I apologize if I missed you guys. Anyway, here we are. Yeah, it's just gonna be a Reaper expand from Finnesse. Nothing cheeky here either. He's going out with an SCV scout before. I like the SCV before the Reaper too, because you can get a delay on the 30s here. Thanks for the follow. Shmee Bang. Shmee Bang? Is that how I say it? Or is it Shmee Bang? I don't know. I never learned to read. I'm just kidding. Alright, anyway. Got a couple queens, gets 4 links. Pretty standard Zerg opener. The third base is going to be delayed for a bit, but it doesn't matter. He's going into metabolic first. Oh, nice. Decent lane control at first, but he's getting a little ambitious. Loses a lane. And, oof, that's going to leave a mark. Hello? Alright, the queen is out. Drones are safe. Still, he didn't lose any drones. Could be worse. He's a little nervous playing against Finnesse. And we're just doing this for shits, chat. Maybe somebody else can come up next if we are feeling it. We can get a little chat show match. People are wanted to play. Alright. Third hatch is going down quite later. It's almost like a dark opener, but at the end of the day, he's not able to sneak by Finnesse's Reaper, so he's got to change up his plans a little bit. Mr. Zergy. Alright, we aren't going to do an... Okay, he isn't going to do yet another queen. He's got 3 queens, though. Getting those Ajax, getting some creep spread out. Actually, he's got 4 queens. Alright, so he did a pretty good job there, I'd say. Finnesse going into his starport. Is he going for a 3cc build? That's the question. Looks like he might be going into Cloak Banshees. So very likely going to be a 3cc build, but knowing Finnesse, he's probably got some crazy shenanigans up his sleeve. But typically, if you're going Cloak Banshee opener, you're going for that fast 3cc. Alright. Nothing too crazy yet. Reaper's just hanging out. Creep spreading. Zerg being Zerg. Pumping out those Lings. We got Hellions and the Banshees coming. It's not Cloak. It's good. Okay, he's going in for Stim. He's not going for Cloak Banshees at all at the moment. And we are going for a Roach Warren from sdzamax. Apologies, guys, if this is boring for a moment. We'll get hyped up here. Figured we'd warm up with some casting. I haven't been doing enough casting really lately, I feel like. But it's summer. I've been busy. Da-da-da-da-da. We'll get into some things. Alright, the Hellions actually coming back in from the behind. Are going to be able to fend off the Lings, getting a decent amount of kills, but damaging the rest of them. So, still, I like that our Zerg player didn't continue to overextend. That was a nice little debate from Finnesse, but I think he was forced back, is the reality. So, that being said, it was 7 Zerglings. I think that was actually worth it, because that allowed our Zerg player to have time to drone up a little. Actually, he's going right into Roaches. He didn't really drone up too heavily. He's pumping out some units. He's scouting a push. Going into a lair, going for +1 ranged attacks. He's not going for melee and carapace. He's not going Ling Bling. He's going for Roachy boys. He did get a read on this, I feel like. No, it's just blind spores. I think it's just blind spores. We'll find out. But ranged attacks and carapace. It is going to be a marine tank push from our Terran player, so... I don't know about Roachy boys so much against that. If he gets Ravagers, okay. And the good thing is, at least his Lings have Carapace, I guess, on the pro side. Because it is still going to be... It's looking like a bio play from Finnesse. And it is not a 3cc build, to say the least. He's not going for fast 3cc. So he just opened with a Banshee. It's kind of a debate. This is kind of an interesting build from Finnesse, for sure. I'm kind of curious to see how this pans out. So the Banshee and the Hellions go in to clean up some creep tumors, get some damage done. There's no cloak, mind you, so the Queens will be just fine. Decent contain on the creep spread over here from our Terran player, but our Zerg player is kind of economically built differently right now. Let's be real here, chat. It's a polite way of saying you don't got a lot of economy going. He's not going to be able to take a 4th hatch, but he's building an army trying to keep in there. He's going for an infestation pit with glial reconstitution on its back. All right. Finnesse still not going for a 3rd CC either, so I don't really hate it as much. But at the end of the day, our Zerg player is pretty supply block. Finnesse with a pretty heavy lead. All right, he's going into Aspire. This is a little ambitious. I feel like we're watching a Protoss player play Zerg at the moment. I'm only teasing. He's a pretty good Zerg player. He's a nice kid. sdzamax is a good guy, but I think he's just nervous. But realistically, it's just a marine tank push on the back end of a... Well, now it's going to +1 infantry weapons, too, on the back end of the Banshee. Oh, man, this is a very dead-looking, potentially, 4th base. Can he cancel in time? He has time to cancel. Okay, does cancel the hatch. Could be worse. At the same time, that tank on the low ground is going to be corrosive biled. Only 2 biles do land, but could be worse yet. But at the end of the day, he's going to have a difficult time breaking this position. Queen trying to fight the tank on the low ground somehow. She was out spreading creep, but Brenda ain't going to make it. When you're in situations like that, I'm a big fan of Zerg double expanding behind this. It sounds crazy. He didn't really have the economy for it so much, but at the end of the day, the Terran's going to probably push from 1 or 2 angles, or maybe even get some other, multi-prong attack going. With that being said, now he's very committed to holding on to this. He literally absolutely needs to save this 3rd base. Okay, now he's going to try to take the 9 o'clock position. Not too bad from sdzamax. All right, guys, let's see here. Army supply not in favor of Zerg, that's for sure. He does have the 1-1. Finnesse is about to have 1-1 of his own. So Zerg does command an army upgrade lead for the moment, but he's going to have to keep up with it after. Right now, he's just pumping out Roaches. And at the end of the day, Roaches, Ravagers, I don't know how I like them scaling against Bio. We need some Ling Bane, in my opinion. Or if nothing else, he's going to make a lurker transition at some point. Finnesse now going into his armory, so he's going to be able to continue to, too. He's got another eBay done, so he's probably going to go right into it behind this. But, oh my god, this is a dead hatchery. Our Zerg player in some trouble. He does have that 4th going down, which is now going to be a 3rd base again. Crows and Biles are pretty decent. Still, considering he's the underdog, it looks like sdzamax is going to not go down without a fight. At the end of the day, though, he looks pretty dead. Oh, no, he's got long-distance mining going to the wrong base. He's going to correct it. A couple drones kind of hanging there in the fray. But Finnesse is going for a little multi-prong action. He's setting up for a push. And at the end of the... on the other side, I keep saying at the end of the day. Oh, my God. I'm shot, guys. He's researching Burrow. What is going on? This is a scrappy one, guys. Forgive me, I am El Shadow. That is Spanish for the shot. I am shot. Poor Mr. sdzamax. He is getting bullied over here, I feel like. Finnesse didn't really push in. He totally could have overtaken this, I feel like. Or at least got some pressure and then pushed in from the other angle, but he's deciding to back off. He's going to keep this drop over here. Maybe trying to pick off this base if it goes in, but it looks like our Zerg player is committing to a push of his own. Could be wrong. No. Yeah, he's just getting a linger run by the third base. So the third base finally went down behind us. Meanwhile, Finnesse looks like he's posturing for three medevac drop, but one is empty. And I guess this is a little indecisive from our Zerg player. And Reza is naked. At this point, Reza, can we just say we can deduce that you're naked every night? And I think it's just safe to say chat can deduce that. I can deduce that. You are an interesting lad sometimes, my friend. Fucking Reza, I love you, buddy. Ay. Well, we got 20-something links coming in, but the meat grinder has started. Our Terran player, Mr. Finnesse, is creating a bit of problem. I like the split up of the army. It's not an F2 from Zerg. He has got this little group of roaches and lings to defend, and has pushed the drop back. However, Finnesse is going to drop the CC. Oh! Does he get the kill? That's a kill, not a cancel on that CC. That being said, there's a lot of bio here. 2-2's not quite done just yet. Our Zerg player is in some trouble, but the fungal was beautiful. Very nicely landed fungal from Mr. sdzamax. Finnesse eating that pretty heavy. Alright, well, some drones are starting to fall, but a decent defense is over here. Meanwhile, the drops are going to be mostly saved. One medevac does fall with a few bio units. That's about it. But the big push is seeming to come across the map as the medevac is behind. The two medevacs are behind here. Not two full medevacs, but still, they got a good amount of units. Finnesse is going to have to be careful. He doesn't want to lose the one. It's got most of his bio. The Queen mis-targeting after it's going for the units. And, oof. And it looks like sdzamax is in some trouble. He's waiting. He's out of position, and this base is now exposed. The one spine crawler not going to get much done. The natural in some jeopardy as well. And he's going to go, what? He's going to base trade a Terran? Oh my god, this guy's a madman. Still, it looks like the second base is in trouble. Where's that contingency army? It's gone. It's not really even an army. It's some more of... Oh, the infestors. He has pathogen glands, but he's going to lose them. He had burrow. Ah, that's not what we want to see. sdzamax going for a full send, but he could have actually got some fungals. Because of this push, he accidentally dropped Microbio Shroud, I believe. Unlucky. That said, there's a lot of Terran over here. And our Zerg player is going to get a lot of damage done. Finnesse still dropping a fourth base on the back foot of this. This is pretty wild. 21 drones falling. Another base likely to fall here in a moment. There's just not a lot of Zerg left. It's 18 to 37 workers in favor of the Terran player. And, damn, this is looking pretty wild. A scrappy game one. I think we're going to be over pretty soon. Can our underdog make something happen in this game? I think he's looking kind of dead, but I guess technically he could do it. He's super behind. He has to basically get all the damage done. But a 3cc Terran, that's always scary. Oh no, there's thanks for days of energy for Finnesse. And yeah, I think this is about over. The Rochi boys trying to come back on this flank. And yeah, Finnesse is, I think he's done it. The medevacs are out though. Roach is making their way back in, cleaning up some of the bio. There's only one hatchery left for our Zerg player. He's long distance mining. There's one Marine being annoying. And unfortunately for our Zerg player, oh my gosh, Finnesse is splitting up his army even more. If only he could have retained another hatch, maybe some more mining. I think we would have a little bit different of a situation. Did lose his pool. It's looking rough for a Zerg player. Planetary Fortress trying to get taken down, but the bio is going to make its way over, cleaning up the remaining roaches. If you got that planetary, it'd be 1 base to 1 base, but this is kind of a... I like it. This is actually a sick game number 1 between these two. I don't know about you guys. I think this is a cool game. They're putting on a spicy one for us. Oh no, a drone makes its way over here. I hate to say it, guys. I think our Zerg player is pretty dead. He's reaching for it. He's thinking he gets more damage done than he does, but that's actually 3 CC still. Planetary makes it up. And the supply do not lie. It's 87-38 army supply, folks. I think it is a cool game, too. Again, sdzamax is the underdog. Finnesse is working on some builds and stuff. He's trying to win it. This is the remaining part of his army. Maybe he doesn't know. He thinks there's less Terran than there is. Because Finnesse just has army for days. And he has 2 orbital command centers. We just can't win it, Zerg. Unfortunately for you. You're pretty dead. Alright. And, well... Finnesse was banking scans, but guess what? This full energy orbital can't go. Still, GG's called. He knows he's out, but still a good game number 1. As we warm up for the Korean Starcraft League later. We're gonna get me to stop fumbling with my words a little bit, hopefully. Alright, what was map 2? Map 2 was... Babylon. Let me set this up for these guys. Don't fungal your words. True. It's called a hangover, sir. It is called a hangover. And being a boomer. Alright, let me set these guys up in the lobbies. Alright. That was a sick game 1. Let's see if the underdog can take Finnesse down. Oh yeah, dude, I drink way too much. Next week, I'm going to clean out a lot more. This week, I notched it down a bit because I got really sick. But next week is, I'm definitely planning on... I literally need to. And then after, I'm going to be chiseling away at these cigarettes you see me chain smoking. Okay. Alright, we're just waiting on sdzamax. Once he is ready, we will get going. He's probably like, oh, that was a sweaty game. He might be nervous. We're just doing this for fun, though. It's just getting casted. That be it, guys. That do be it. All right. You were a daily drinker for years, finally quit. Never thought of myself, but yeah, exactly. I mean, I actually took some time off. I got some help before, but then I was through a rough patch, but we got to get over it now. You know, I go through moments, but at the end of the day, I think I can we can get back on track again. I got a good job again, and we're all right. All right. Anyway, up a point in the bottom right, representing Kirktown. I know he doesn't have his clan tag on this account. Give it up for Finnesse in the blue, our Terran player. And his opponent in the purple in the upper left, representing Tano. So Zerg player, the underdog, give it up for sdzamax. And for those of you that don't know, Kirktown is the Dave Testa stream team. Chewy's on it. Flapjack's on it. A lot of streamers. Finnesse is on it. Patches would be on it, but he's in Platinum Heroes. You had stops and starts. You quit for a year. Hey, what up, SpongeBob? I also have this problem. Yeah, that's... I quit for a year and was like, see, I got this under control. Then got worse than before. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just mostly getting older, I'm feeling like, too. Yeah. How you doing, softcore SpongeBob? What's up, buddy? Alrighty. We do have pretty standard opener from both again. So nothing too cheeky. Finnesse is giving him a chance. He's like, we're not showboating him. We're gonna make some spicy games, but we're gonna give some honorable macro games here. And even though he's the underdog, our Zerg player gonna do the same. I believe he's not the biggest fan of Ling Bane, if I remember correctly. Bad, I'm losing the Protoss players. Yeah, I'm losing the fucking Terran players. I feel that. It depends, really. I just was playing bad today, and I did have some unlucky stuff happen. Myself. Are you, though? Yeah, it depends. I mean, today, I'd say yeah. I've had a rough couple days on the ladder. To be honest. I wasn't even queuing anybody earlier. I deployed Terran. And then until I went to EU, and then I was starting to get people. I almost should have stayed playing there, but I kept hitting some Smurfs. I was starting to. I'm like, nah, let's try NA again. We got back. Ooh, we got a lazy drone there, but he is going to be quick to catch it. He's getting right back to mining. Not too bad from our underdog Zerg player. Looks like Finnesse. I bet you he might do something similar. He's been working on builds with Indicta. I ate pretty well earlier, though. I snuck. I ate a pickle, all right. But earlier on today, I did eat pretty well, Finnesse. Good looking out, Plecto. Good looking out, buddy. You're not wrong. I'm honestly feeling so hot, I don't feel like eating too much, but I probably should get something. You're not wrong. It has been 5 hours and 40 minutes of stream time. Jesus Christ. Where does the time go? Alrighty. Metabolic boost finishing this time. The hatch is at a good time. So I think the previous game was kind of a forced position. He wasn't able to get the hatch at the time he wanted to for third base. Metabolic boost is finishing up now. I'm curious to see if he goes Rochi boys again. Finnesse is going to open similarly to before, but this time it's not 2 tech labs. At the moment, anyway. He's going to change it up, so he is going to go for either a Banshee or Raven. I'm assuming it's a Banshee. But he might have a different build for us this game. Alright, and it is going to be Rochi boys again. I was sweating my ass off, trying my hardest to be drunk Dave. Did we play last night? Or the other night? I mean, overall, PvT is my best matchup. As much as I'm crying about it. We all have bad days. PvT is my best matchup. By a long shot. At times I've fallen, but it's still... I'll change it up. I'll go Phoenix Colossus sometimes now. I forget that. I'm actually going to bring it up. No, I just have a longer memory than you. No, I remember playing you at some point. I just can't remember when. I'm also really hungover, so... Just saying. Alright, it's going to be a similar build for Finnesse. This time, I think it's kind of hitting a little different. It looks very similar to before. And there is a little... Is that me or is there's a 1 hex gap between her? So Zerglings are going to be able to get through this. It's not a full wall. Aliens getting hella damage, speaking of... That's why they call them Hellions. They're getting hella damage right here. Cleaning up 7 drones and more. Oh no, Miss Micro! He loses an 8th drone. It was potentially more. That was unfortunate. He could have saved 1 more drone and probably gotten back to mining. Oh, that was a nice play from Finnesse, but still... Decent defense, but a little bit of Miss Micro has cost. Poor Mr. sdzamax some workers. Alrighty. Well, here we are. It's going to be 5 racks. This looks a little more... Yeah, it could have a 3rd behind it. This is definitely a 2-base timing attack, if you will. I'm not calling it an all-in. But it's kind of like before. He's hoping to get a push out of this. Finnesse kind of played similarly before. I think it's one of the strengths he has against all... Basically in all the matchups. Finnesse is a very... 2-base... I wouldn't say all-inner. He used to be. He definitely has a lot of 2-base pressure builds that he somehow macros out of. All right, Banshee is going to get thrown to the gods. Joining its brother Banshees in Valhalla. It did get some work done earlier, but it is going to be just tossed asunder by its operator. By its Terran operator, Mr. Finnesse. Just throwing that Banshee out into the garbage pile. All right, that said, Babylon doesn't have a lot of real estate to build things. So he's kind of in a rough spot to build a CC and fly it. He's going to have to build on location, or at least near location. I'm pretty sure. Maybe he could sneak... Nah, I don't know. He might be able to sneak one over here. But yeah, I think he's going to build on location. This map is very cramped. We get a couple medevacs coming out. +1 infantry armor on the way. Combat shields finishing. And that's going to be a +1 weapons at push again, like the previous game. This time sdzamax is... yeah, he lost some workers. It kind of times out the same. He doesn't have a 4th. He's very committed. He's pumping out a lot of units. This time he has the army supply advantage for a moment. And he is going to have the 1-1. Problem is, Finnesse may hit before that one. Yeah, I think this is going to hit before the Carapace even finishes, which is a little faster than that +1 range attacks this time. A little unlucky for Zerg. Did we land some juicy piles? Oh, it doesn't matter. That was actually a sick wraparound by... Oh, no. sdzamax is taking a fight that he probably can't win overall. He's being a little greedy. He's trying to win it out, but he's going to start trading out roaches. You don't want to do that. What does he have behind this? Army supplies actually about even, but he's going to start losing some of this. Okay, the 1-1 kicked in. That's pretty nice. Corrosive Bile does miss the Bile and the medevacs. That being said, Glial Reconstitution wasn't even done during this push. All right, the drop's going out, denying a 4th. That's going to be quite annoying for sdzamax. And we are having reinforcements from Finnesse. Behind this, +1 infantry armor will finish eventually. So there is a slight window of time where there's an upgrade advantage for a Zerg player. That little bit of an upgrade advantage, that window is closing here soon. The clock is a ticking. Finnesse is just going to start his 3rd base on location. He's just putting a lot of pressure with those 5 racks. That being said, the 5 racks now turning into 8 racks. I actually like this build out of Finnesse. He's going in for the armory this time a little. I think this one's a little later. So he's going to go for another eBay at some point. Did he sneak one in here? No, not yet. No, he didn't sneak in the second eBay. That being said, all right, if he goes for it right now, I wouldn't hate this for our Zerg player. Does he catch the tank? Oh, that tank's going to get some work done on the roaches. He forces a cancel the CC. Finnesse still has the drop over. He's picking off reinforcements. Those are free units, but guess what? The push over here. Oh, sdzamax doesn't get a cancel in the hatch. And that said, there's just links here to defend. The medevacs are disjointed from the army from Finnesse. And one of the medevacs is going to fall. So some of these Marines did get chopped apart here. Actually, yeah, that's going to be a 100% hold. The Queen even lives. Very well done by a Zerg player. And he's going to pressure the hell in. Are we going to go to game 3, guys? 17 drones falling? I don't know. This is getting close. This is a crazy game. Oh my god, look at this. Can our Diamond player beat our Masters 1 Terran? Base Finnesse, who again has been getting coaching from Mr. Miggs. Mr. Vindicta. Oh my goodness. Finnesse trying desperately to save this CC. The Bile's not hitting anything from sdzamax. The Max getting a lot of work done, but this Bio over here, he hasn't dealt with it, and he's going to lose his 3rd hatch. That being said, it's a 2-base Terran to a 2-base Terran. Actually, it's a 1-base Terran. sdzamax, back off. You don't have to fight this. He doesn't have to fight this. He needs to take care of the drop. It's just 1 medevac. Oh my god, look at all these spores, though. They're out of position, unfortunately. There is an open ground to the main. This is actually a sick game, I'm telling you. I like this series. 2-2 is about to finish this time, so there's going to be a power spike for Zerg, who commands an army supply lead, but is it going to finish? These are 2 medevacs. Finnesse mismicroing and targeting the extractor. Unluckily for him. That being said, he's going to... This is where you have to, bud. He needs to get back home. He needs to deal with this. Actually, he's doing something better than F2ing. You know what he's doing, guys? He's splitting his army. He has to be careful not to take this other fight, and he really should contend with this drop. He is trying to. Spore gets a few more hits off. There are some Rochi boys here to contest this, and it's a 1-base Terran to a 2-base Zerg. Dropping a 3rd hatch in the back foot. Our Zerg players are heading in every foreseeable way. Is he going to give us a sail throw, guys? Any uppity guys in here? Are we going to see a sail throw for Zerg? No, I don't want to pick on him. I literally play on my ladder. I think he's playing very well. And Finnesse is my boy, but he is the He's certainly not the underdog of this match. All right, we haven't got back to saturating. Yeah, okay, he's going to start doing it. Funnily enough, Finnesse didn't even get to kill that extractor. That being said, the Roach Ravager getting overwhelmed. It's a last-ditch effort from Terran. Is Terran broken? We'll see, because this is an upgrade advantage. Bunch of Roach Ravager, well, now mostly Roaches from our Zerg player. All the SCVs going down. The Medivacs are drained. And our Zerg player is going to have to be careful. He does have the Queen. It's going to be out of control. Oh, it's going to pull that back. That Medevac still being it. Oh, my God. Just worry about this. I don't think he realizes this is the end of Finnesse. What up, Dark Omega?
Right on in.
Yeah, Chicken Man will be on later, too, with the Korean Starcraft League with me. And I believe Light and the Cranky Ducklings. I got to see if Steadfast probably will be, but sometimes he takes Saturday off to hang with the girlfriend. We'll see what happens. I don't know who all is casting for sure. Likely Alexander Edkey in Spanish. Hopefully Caster Maddox and into the Inno. I gotta hit up Maddox, speaking of which. For Korean cast, Kano's probably gonna cast in French. We also have a Taiwanese caster. Interestingly enough. Oh my God, these 2-2 Roaches are gonna get some good work done. Zerg is definitely overwhelming our Terran player. The energy's getting drained up here. Still, imagine Terran hanging on by a thread. Finnesse thinks he's still got it, but he's just got one base. Mule's in a dream. I think this is looking pretty over. Yeah, it's Terran a good unit, but this is certainly our Zerg's game to win. Actually, and he's played pretty well. Oh, Medevac in trouble. GG's called. We're going to game 3. The underdog takes it. These guys are giving us some good series. By the way, chat, smash that fucking follow button if you're new here. You're liking the stream and all that good shit. We were shredding some guitar earlier. We're playing a little blues, playing a little Tom Petty, and smashing that ladder button. And we're doing a little casting before. I didn't want to overdo it because, like I said, I'm a little rough shape. What up, Dark? Plecto, this stream is so good I hit the follow button twice. True, Plecto. He hit the follow, he hit the unfollow, and then he hit the follow. And he's probably going to hit the unfollow again. Because he just can't he just can't get enough of me, Plecto. Let's be real here. All right, game 3 is on. What map are we on? We are on Neo-Humanity. Plecto just can't get enough of me, my boy. He's like, Dave needs to get wins. When Dave starts winning or his MMR starts going up, he refollows. When it goes down, then Plecto's like, nah, Dave needs to try harder. At least try to do something somewhat normal. Who's Phantom Monster? Is this Gref? Is this Gref with me? Oh, it's up. Streamers fat and gay, Alright, shout out for Hupsaya for fucking trolling me, you little fucker. I gotta do this for Hup, because Hup called me fat and gay. I am fat and happy, he's not wrong. The cringe lord himself, the man of the dumpster. Mr. Hupsaya trolled me in the lobby, you guys don't believe me? I can't believe I forgot it. I called him Gref, that's why he called me fat and gay. He's probably like, I'm not a fucking cannon rusher. Hup changes his name sometimes and I forget. My bad, Mr. Hup. Hup's probably started his stream up by now. He's gonna play in KSL tonight. Oh, he's recording this for YouTube? Oh, okay. I don't know. He just said that. He was trolling me. He's probably getting ready to fire up his stream. He's playing in KSL tonight, so he's definitely going to be streaming soon, I would imagine. Oh, yeah, yeah. No, I don't know if he is. He just messaged. He was just trolling me. All right, so okay, they're ready to go. Let's go on to game number 3. Winner gets bragging rights. I don't know. Winner gets something, I guess. We'll figure it out. This is just for fun. They get to get casted. All right, by some fucking boomer on Twitch. All right, guys. That's what they get. They get a good job from Uncle Dave. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Neo Humanity in the blue. Representing Kirktown, it is Finnesse. Roar. I saw your message, Gene Sim. I was just responding to you. Yeah, it's interesting stuff. Anyway, spawning in the upper left-hand corner, his opponent in the purple. He's bringing it up. It's our diamond player from Tano. It is sdzamax in chat. Or Kolfiner. How you doing, Gene Sim? Gene Sim, you would have liked it there. It was pretty... I know what you're saying with the roar, but you really have to be careful. They have, like, pretty strict... You'd like it. I know you would... I know you're memeing on that a bit. You're like, yeah, I'd want to roar at him. But yeah, I guarantee you'd follow the rules there. Because they're two awesome animals, you know? Yeah, for sure. You would do it. Yeah, they'd probably kick you out, though. It's literally... Yeah, it's literally run by volunteers. It's a total non-for-profit. It's not a zoo. They're doing it out of the kindness of their heart and the love of the wolves. And yeah, but that's why I'm like, when you know that, you're like, oh, dude, it's awesome. And you would love it. I thought it was a really cool experience. At first, it's kind of like, I don't know, this might be kind of lame. It's wolves and stuff. I was like, it could be cool. It was a good time. It was Wolf Mountain Wolf Sanctuary in Smyrna, New York, which they don't want a lot of people there too. They're like, we try not to advertise too much. I never heard of it, and I live like an hour away. And funnily enough, they're like, yeah, we try to hide it because we don't want too many people going there. Alligator farms, you'd poke them with a stick. Yeah, this is a little different than that. They didn't even react. That's hilarious. Trust me, I can see you. You can say that, Jeanson, but you're okay. This is a fast third. Are we gonna go for like a speedling all in or something from a Zerg player? What's going on here? He's playing extra greedy, if not. Yeah, I mean, the alligators are some tough sons of bitches. You know, I gotta say, the foxes were awesome. The wolves were awesome. They were dying of heat, and it was actually pretty cool up there in the hills. Or mountains, hills-ish, technically. I don't know if their elevation's technically a mountain or not, but for argument's sake, we'll call them big hills. Anyway, another standard build from Mr. Finnesse. Is he going to do another Banshee opener into his stim combat shield timing? We're going to see more Orochi boys. Are we going to do something speedling heavy? This is kind of, again, a greedier build from Zerg. It's a little faster hatch, to say the least. So when you do that, you're usually cutting a queen. He's macroing pretty well. And this build isn't going to be high pressure from Finnesse, realistically. We don't see a tech lab this time. Finnesse is doing something a little different, or his timing's maybe a little off. I don't know. He is going for it again. Something seems a little different about Finesse's play right there. I can't really... Maybe he just missed his timings. I'm not 100% sure. Rage, Dark Pepegasan. But this guy's a Diamond 1 Zerg. Finnesse is definitely, again, the higher rated player. He's Masters 2-ish. Depends. He's dropped some because he's been working on actual coaching. He takes breaks. He's got a family. He's a family man. All right. But just like you, he's a guy in chat. Both these guys. Joe Ladder Grinders, guys in chats. Finnesse does stream a bit from time to time. He's a nice guy. The Barry BBC BC. I gotta hit Barry up. I think Barry thinks I don't love him. I love the shit out of Barry Crunch. He just streams hella late. And usually I'm streaming at the times Barry is too otherwise. Or I'll get done and I'm just like, now I got work and stuff. Barry's a fucking great guy. I love that dude. And he's a New Yorker. He's from the city, New Yorker, but still, he's a New Yorker. We gotta stick together. Mr. Barry Crunch. All right, we got 2 more racks coming down. Starport gonna drop. See what happens from here. Okay, reactor now. Immediate switch to the reactor. This is his build. It's an interesting one. And I'm proud of Finnesse from how he's coming along with it. 'Cause this is definitely under the guidance of Vindicta. This build for PvZ. He sent me a replay of this before his YNO, and I've kind of seen him on. I followed back to check up on it. For both those guys, for Finnesse and Mr. Miggs, because I like Mr. Vindicta. He is a funny guy. He's a great Terran player. Vindicta and Future are best NA Terran players. Epic's up there too. He's quite good, in my opinion. I think Epic gets a little underrated. He's a really good guy too. All right. Well, this Overlord may or may not live. I think it's actually going to survive for the moment. We'll see. I could be wrong. Finnesse moves the Marine a little. He's definitely going to catch it. Might escape. Just barely escaping. Actually, he could probably jump right on top of this still. But that's going to live. For now. With that being said, our Zerg is going to have a 4th base this game. And he's going for a Ling Bane. This time he's changing it up. He's going into Ling Bane. He's like, you know what? We're going to just throw him off. We're going for full macro Ling Bane. He wants to just drone up. He wants to pump out stuff. He is pumping out some Zerglings. Army supplies 46 Lings. That Baneling nest not done yet, but he is going to have 1-1. And he has his lair. I think Sarah will be a big fan of the fact there's a lair with this. I don't know for sure. If I remember correctly, I remember Mr. Juna saying, the GOAT, that he likes the lair openers a little more. Oh! These Marines are going to be damn annoying, though. Stim is activated. The +1 melee kicked in for Zerg. He's going to deflect that for the moment. Now there's going to be a double drop. Oh! An almost double drop. Well, a little bit of a misclick here or there for Finnesse. Oh, the medevacs almost jumping into a bunch of Queens. Oh, no, these Overlords are all clumped up. We don't have, well, we don't have OV speed. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on this stuff. Pneumatized Carapace is the name if you're a nerd like me. I just am shot. That's Overlord speed for those of you that don't know. The nerd name. If you want to get technical on what the ability is actually called, or the upgrade. Okay, there is a Spore Crawler that's just moved out of position. Oh, if he left it where it was, that would have been beautiful for his Zerg. But as I frequently say, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, it'd be Christmas all year round. Oh my god. These Queens and the Overlords in jeopardy over here. Queens tried desperately to fight this off with some transfuses. Finnesse just dropping these Marines everywhere. He's trying to... Oh! The medevac! Oh my god. A couple Banelings traded out for Marines. That's a pretty good catch for Finnesse. Our Zerg player doing a pretty good job keeping drones alive for now, but guess what? There's another push, this time with Marine tank. There's no medevacs right here, though. One is going to come behind this. Our Zerg player's out of position. Okay, one of them did survive. It is taking a beating, so there's going to be 2. Still, the Banelings trying to come crashing in. They don't connect, and they are going to eat some tank shots. Very rough stuff for our Zerg player. Still, he's doing a pretty good job. Oh, I definitely commend him for this. That being said, it's because he's getting a counterattack done. He's going to get 10, 13, 14. How many SCVs he gets the tank? Behind it, that's a reinforcing tank, so one less tank for a Zerg player to go and get. And he picks off a few reinforcements. 22 SCVs falling. I'd say that's worth it. It's Ling Bane Hydra. Well, we don't have muscular augments just yet. Our Zerg player is kind of in a exposed position. But he's got some good damage done on the back of this. This time Finnesse doesn't have a 3rd base, and he's not going to be able to get it because that's a lot of worker damage. Decent split up with the Banes there, but the army supply is dead even. Well, it was dead even until we saw that Hydralisk and Baneling just get absolutely pulverized. So it's a 4-base Zerg versus a 2-base Terran. Finnesse isn't on that magic 3cc number, and sorry for the scrolling, guys. But we have a 3rd tank coming with this, more Marine Marauder. Kind of low on medevacs. This one's out of energy. We do not have one in production. He's going for a Liberator. Finnesse is to get something serious done. But these guys are playing pretty good. I mean, obviously, think of the rank, guys. This is guys in chat. we are not watching pro games at the moment. We are going to later with Korean Starcraft League. All right, that said, it's a pretty big push. And this is going to be pulverized. The Lingbane hitting. Hydralisk getting attacked. And off. Mamma mia. It's a little bit of carnage. Some chaos and pandemonium to tanks. Reigning supreme. Queen's taking the tank shots. He didn't transfuse. He's going to lose a queen. He's going to lose 2 queens. Not like this. He tries to cheek out a 3rd one, but all these queens going to go. Don't like to lose the queen still. Our Terran's very, very all in at this point. Accidentally building a Is it accidentally? Well, the Liberator's going to be another nuisance here. How many queens do we have left even? There's 6 queens. Oh my god, now 5. Still, he does have some behind us. The tanks, a bit of a problem. The ones on the side. Now there's going to be a 3rd over here. Our Zerg player losing reinforcements. I think he's going to lose this base. Oh no. I think he needed to pull these drones a while back. Drones going to be eaten for breakfast. Still, the Lings make their way onto one of the tanks. There's only 2 tanks here. Our Terra numbers are leading, but they're starting to dwindle a bit. This Liberator's even going to start... Oh my god, 13 drones. He saves 3, but all the larvae indefinitely just being fucked with. All right, we are going into a Lurker then. He's got 2 Infestors coming with Lings and +1 ranged attacks. Still, ahead or not, our Terran player is just going to float onto the 3rd base. He's going to stay indefinitely on 2 bases. He's very committed because he's 2-based. That said, a Hive is going down behind this for a Zerg player, and he's taking the 5th hatch behind this. I forgot that. I didn't even notice that, guys. The 5th hatch was a nice touch. Problem is, we got lazy boy drones. I think he should go to the 5th. Finnesse, I don't think he's going to know that he has the 5th, but the problem is our Zerg player is not mining on some of this. He's got a decent economy, certainly leading it. In fact, oops, there's the incoming graph. Terran's breaking the rocks. He's trying to get into position here. Has the 3 tanks, like I said. He's just now getting another medevac. And the problem is with Lingbane, Fungals! Oh, juicy Fungal catches a lot of the army. Some more of it is debated back, but the tank catches the queen. It's not looking good for Finnesse, truthfully. He could probably get some Terran magic done with 4 tanks. I don't know, it's looking pretty good for our Zerg, who's now going to have Lurkers. No upgrades yet, obviously, for him. Our Zerg player still has these 3 lazy drones, but again, he's a diamond player. He's nervous. He's playing, being casted right now, and probably not used to that as much. Nice catches. Okay, Lurkers chiseling away, getting some work done. All right, and you know what? I don't hate that he sat on the drone amount. It's just this is just bugging me. Seeing these 3 idle drones, he's got a lot to handle. Oh, look at that! He goes back and he's gonna go right to gas. He's like, you know, we're going into Lurkers. I don't know. I think Finnesse is pretty dead, guys. He's got Liberators. He's got tanks. He's on 2 bases still. No extra gases. He's got a gas bank because he's been going bio basically. But Seismic Spines is on the way, and +2 ranged attacks for a Zerg player. This is a scary Zerg army. He's got Carapace. He's got melee. +1. They're even on upgrades there. But guess what? Carapace +2 is even coming in. I think our Zerg player may just do it. Finnesse trying to take a 3rd base, though. We'll see. These guys are playing like it's GSL or some shit. They're playing like it's a tournament. It's not. This is just a friendly show match on stream. It was requested, and I go, you know what, guys? Even though my voice is shot, I'm shot. Nothing new. Okay, Finnesse isn't building it. He's just flying that on location. It's a smarter move because he knows he's behind an economy. He's just trying to make something happen. He's like, you know what? We're Terran. We got this shit. Longo comes in kind of nice. The medevac's empty. I still like our Zerg player, respecting it, but he needs to get in position. Finnesse has been pretty good at splitting this up. It's like a Jabata-vac. Still, I don't see Finnesse really taking it at this point. We got Lurkers, we got Infestors, we got Lingbane. If he does, it's going to be something of a miracle, to be honest with you. But he's getting his practice in. Either way, these guys have put on a good show. A change up at the last second from our Diamond Zerg player. I kind of like this. These games have been fun. I don't know what's going to happen. Are we going to see a throw of epic proportions or not? Our Zerg player now going into +3 melee. And adrenal glands with adaptive talons on his Lurkers. I think he might be over-respecting this. Wait, where's that Liberator? Oh, on the 3rd base. Spore is going to do some serious damage here. Liberator's just going to change position, and our Zerg player's like, you know what? He should just move the... Oh, look at this. All right, at least he's saving the drones. Boar is not going to be repositioned. He thought he got it. He had to take care of another one. Guess what? One of the Liberators goes. Do we get these drones back to mining? We do not. Okay, the Liberator's done. He needs to get back to mining ASAP. Oh, there's so much here. Finnesse goes in an awkward position. Lurker's going to take care of this. Baneling's going to come pretty soon, too. I think Finnesse is in a lot of trouble, guys. Little Baneling run by into one of the few mining bases. And another Ling. Oh, some Lings going. 21 workers fall for Finnesse. I think he's pretty dead, guys. He's got drops in a dream, but our Zerg player is just at tier 3. Our Terran player is not, and he's infinitely down, just sitting on 2 bases. Finnesse giving it his all. Try to give us a show, but I think this is over. Yeah, that was unlucky. Flapjack. Exactly. He dropped Marines on not only Baneling and Fester, but with Lurkers. There were these 2 Lurkers right here. That was Omega base, but I think he wasn't paying attention to that drop because he was focusing on 2 or 3 other drops, but he doesn't have a lot of anything left. He does have a massive army, though. He's staying in this because, look at this. Finnesse somehow managed to get to 100 army supply on 2 bases indefinitely because he wasn't able to take a 3rd. But now he's going to start losing some of this. The macro hatch even for... Oh, God. Dude, sdzamax is playing really well. He may be our brother from Kirkdown Flap, but Finnesse is taking a beating, guys. This is some pretty impressive play from sdzamax. sdzamax is a younger guy. Maybe he's flexing his, he's being a little ageist. He's like, you know what? I think this guy might be a boomer compared to me. And we're gonna use our younger age to bully him. Oh, and that looks like that might be it. The tanks are trying to hold. The army supplies there. It's a 1-base Terran going 1 base. All in, pretty much. He's flying the CCs. He's hoping to get some Terran magic done, but the Lurker's even going to clean up a lot of this. The 1 orbital's there. GG's called. And the underdog takes it in a friendly show match on stream. Who wants more? I mean, honestly, we have an hour till KSL in 10 minutes. I have to get players. I did a good job getting some. I was bugging them. And you guys, Dark has signed up. I'm going to have to make sure people check in too. We're at the mercy of them waking up. Oh, Estrella signed up. Nightmare signed up. Slipjip didn't sign up. He was going, he's like, I don't want to